Hello and welcome to episode 2 of the R14 podcast. This week's topics we're going to be talking about what couples get up to during Valentine's Day in lockdown, Giggsy's first week back on Tinder, and dinner party guests. So a bit of housekeeping to do first. We want to thank everyone from last week's podcast who liked, shared, subscribed, everything, gave us texts and all like that. We hit 1,000 views on Thursday morning. So that was absolutely class. Like, I want to thank everyone for that, and you especially got a nice text off someone during the week, one of the girls.
Yeah, I got a text during the week, and it just said, like, obviously this person just watched the podcast, and they were saying like how much they appreciated the podcast because it outlined what we have to look forward to when this is all over. Like obviously it's a shit, but this person works on the front line in the hospital, and even they said that it just gave them a little bit of fucking bright light at the end of the tunnel, because we talked about what there is to look forward to at the end of all this lockdown. So yeah, that gave us a good boost and made us feel good, like, because like, other than having a bit of crack, like, it's good to know that someone on the front line appreciates it.
Yeah, it was good to get good feedback like that. I don't think there was no negative feedback or constructive criticism, was there? I think my mother told me to stop fucking cursing, but that was about it. Like, yeah,
my mother and father got on to me about cursing, so I apologised for my cursing last week, like, but
we'll try to tone it down a bit this week, hopefully.
There was the fucking nerves. I know, there was the nerves from last week, like, and that's what brought all the cursing. So yeah, if any of your parents is watching it, like, I apologise to your parents for the dirty language, like.
Yeah, so jumping straight into the topic, we're talking about lockdown for Valentine's Day and what couples are going to get up to for Valentine's Day during lockdown. So we have the first one here. It's actually basically standard stuff. We've done a bit of research during the week on what was going to happen. So movie night, like that's basic enough. Like,
just pure romance.
Yeah, but that's hardship. Like, how are you gonna pick a film? You can't pick a film every other day of the year.
Remember me with Robert Pattinson. That you cannot go wrong with that movie. It's a great romantic movie. Now look, it's a terrible set. Spoilers alert.
Anyone that hasn't watched it there, just
he dies at the end. Nah, movie night is grand, man.
Yeah, well, if you actually got to pick in a film and it's real tough, you're like, I want to watch this, and she's like, I don't want to watch that. But then it's like, once you get 30 minutes into the film anyway, you're not watching the film anyway. Like,
whoa. There's some people still watching the film. There is some people still watching the film. Now, there's some people that's not. Don't get me wrong, but there's some people still watching the film.
Yeah, the next one was fairly basic as well. Was just get a delivery, like
a takeaway, like.
Yeah, a takeaway, like
a fake away is what Chinese a pure aphrodisiac for Valentine's Day. Just nothing screams aphrodisiac like salt and chili chicken and a bit of chips and curry.
But that's the same thing. Like, you could be like, it's a Sunday night, you'd be like, oh, I'd love a kebab, and then
but
she's like, no way.
It's not the same though, because if you get a delivery of Valentine's Day, that's your Valentine's delivery. Like, that's your day of love delivery. But if you get it on a Sunday, it's just your Sunday takeaway. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I get you.
There is a difference though. Like, I don't think you're appreciating how much of a difference there actually is.
There was a few other ones in there, like YouTube karaoke, which I thought was pretty sad. Like,
remember we were looking up ideas for Valentine's Day in lockdown.
Yeah.
People were saying indoor picnic. Indoor picnic just sounds shy. I'm not gonna lie, it just sounds absolutely dirt like.
Like, that means you have to actually cook the food. Like, that's different to a takeaway. Like, you actually have to cook the food, and it's a Sunday. Ireland are playing at 3:00. Like, there's lads out there in relationships. They want to sit down and watch the rugby. If they're not watching the rugby, they're watching this podcast on a Sunday, and they don't want to be checking to see if the rice or the pasta is done. Like, they're gonna be like, hey, fucking check that there. There's nothing romantic about that. And then sitting down on the fucking
indoor picnic though, just sitting in, like no offense to anybody that enjoys this, but like, imagine sitting inside on a blanket, FaceTiming your loved one, all this food. Like, I don't care what anyone says, that's shite.
They're going to be with their loved
one. But even if they're not though, if there's somebody FaceTiming an indoor picnic, that's shite. But inside, like, who has an indoor picnic? It's not really a picnic if you're having it indoors. It's just sitting out. You might as well sit down at the table and eat food as.
I don't like that. I think that article we read was like up in Dublin, so it must be just a heap of gimps or something up there.
D4.
So moving on to the next topic we're moving on to was your first week back on Tinder, Gigs. How did that go for you?
Oh, it was. You see the sidemen on YouTube and you think like, oh, this is funny. Like, then you try it yourself, and you just don't get the same results. You just don't get the same results as the sideman.
Yeah,
and
so
I'm gonna just
dish out a few best and worst chat lines of the week. Their first gigs.
I'll get up my Tinder now. So I tried this one girl. We'll call her Girl A, right? And I just asked her, "Are you a bank loan? Because you've got me interest." Nice and simple. And it just didn't warrant a reply, right? So I have to move on. Now I must say, like, I tried a lot of cheesy pickup lines. A lot of them didn't warrant a reply. A lot of them just didn't. Now there's some that did, and the girls that did, you know who you are if you're watching, and it's nice to meet you.
They're not watching.
Right, so I tried with this one girl. I said, "You must be my Tinderella, because I'm gonna make that dress disappear at midnight." That didn't work. I can't understand. Can you understand why that didn't work?
Man.
Right? It seems absolutely foolproof, right? Okay, so that didn't work. Right, we'll try another one. I said, "Are you a school? Because I want to shoot my kids inside you."
Oh my god!
I know they have a controversial one to all our American followers, but didn't warrant a reply, right? I said to this one girl, I said, "You're like a broken pencil." I said, "My life was like a broken pencil without you." Pointless. And she absolutely loved it, and we still talk to this day. So everyone loves a happily ever after.
So you've named 4 and you've had, one reply, so that's 25 success rate.
25% success rate is not bad. And it just looks like we're going to be together forever. So
Tinder is your go-to dating app?
No, it's not, right? So I had Tinder, I tried Bumble, and I've tried Hinge, right? And Hinge is just way too sophisticated for me. I can't figure it out. I just want a simple right or left, good looking, bad looking. I don't want to know what you're at or what you're doing.
No, see, I like that. I want to know, like, what height a girl is, if she smokes, if she drinks, pictures of her dog. And then you only get 8 likes.
Pictures of her dog would be sick.
Yeah, you only get 8 likes a day on Hinge, so you have to really, go in-depth search for it,
No, Hinge is just something, there's just all this shit on it. So it's just like pictures.
Man got no brains.
It's just pretty girl, what you wouldn't like. And then it's just pretty girl, and then it's like, what you would like. And then it's pretty girl, and it's like, what if the world was... And it's just like, no, I just can't bring myself to like any of that stuff, like. I just can't bring myself to start that conversation. And I must say, the one girl that I did like didn't reply to me. So I don't really like that.
Fair.
Bumble is just a shite version of Tinder.
I couldn't get the hang of Bumble myself now. I thought it was cat.
I can't figure it out at all. It's like an Aldi version.
Shut up.
It's like an Aldi version of Tinder. It is dark, like.
Yeah, it's cat.
And it just get all these stupid notifications from it, like.
Yeah. No, it's not great at all now.
More than my story is 10 after a waste of time. Because, like, other than Tinder, like, I know, like, sometimes you get talking to someone, but majority of the time, like 99% of the time, you're not going to meet the love of your life on Tinder. Like, no, I speak to the 1% that said, congratulations, and I hope to be one of you, but if not...
Any of them that are currently texting them on Tinder, they have a little bit of hope. It may not be him, but it might be someone else. So
I'm in it for the long run.
Yeah, we'll move on from there, and we'll skip on straight to the questions from the followers. First topic we got came in from Dazzy Lawler. We wanted to know what we missed most about a good rollover. Which is a good question. And we could talk all day about rollovers, but in particular...
You know what I love the most is when you sit in the pub and you're looking at your first pint and you're going, I can't stomach this.
It's such the element of uncertainty when you walk in for a rollover and you're like, do I chance a pint or do I chance like something easy on the stomach, like a strawberry daiquiri? Yeah. And you're like, if I go for the pint, it's all like, it's sitting in front of you. You're like, you can nearly count bubble by bubble. It just literally just looking at you, and you're like, if I don't drink this, I'm gonna be made a show of, like. And then if you get a strawberry daiquiri, then you have to drink it, like 100%. You have to drink it, and then you can only drink about 3 of them, like, because cocktails are a bit like boobs, like 1 is not enough, and then 3 is too many. Like, if you get me.
How much googling do you have to do for that one?
I've said that one last year. I've used that last year. That saying.
No, in fairness, with the rollover, like, it's like you have to start off with something sweet, right? And then you try your first pint, you're like, this will never go down. And within about 40 sips of it, you get it down. The crack is fucking flowing, like.
Yeah.
You're all laughing and joking, and then you realise it's not too bad to be here. Whereas you could be like, I need to go home. My mother's gonna kill me if I don't get home now. She's gonna be ringing me phone flat out. You're gonna be going mental, and you'll be getting texts and all that. But then when you settle in, you don't care about all that, and you're after accepting that you're here now for the day until you just can't handle it anymore. I think that's what I miss the most. Is that first drink, just the dread of the first drink.
Yeah.
That you just don't think you can handle, but once you get through it, it's the best beer session you'll ever have. Sunday beer is a great beer.
Oh, it's
better than Saturday night. Saturday night is nothing compared to Sunday beer. Or Monday, the Monday Club, and a lot of people relate to that. Monday Club is fucking savage crack.
Yeah, I think best rollover I was on, I'd say, is any of the sessions after the rugby lads last year was unbelievable. We went in after we won the league last year with the rugby lads.
I know, I was in there that
We
time.
went into Anderson. No, that was a different day.
Oh,
when
sorry.
we won the league, we went in and we were all drinking, and James Smith, I'm sure he won't mind me mentioning him. He was supposed to be going to work, and he rang us. He's like, "Oh, are you drinking in Anderson's?" And we were like, "Yeah, we are." And he goes, "Fuck it, sure. I'm heading through a tie now. I won't bother going to work, and I'll head into his." So he came in the work clothes, and then there was a few others came in, all the boys from the rugby team, and we were there sculling and whatever like that, and two of the boys came in, and their sister was working behind the bar.
Oh, Jesus.
And we kept. It was like 50 cent for a song. 50 cent for a song to be played on jukebox in Anderson's, and I think Smith put in €20 or something and put on Joel Curry Lonely for every turn, and after about, I think it must have been about 8 goes of the same song, she was like, if that song plays one more time you're all getting kicked out. Like,
Nah, the best rollover ever been on. We played Castlemaine 21's championship, right? Probably what was it? Semi-final or quarter-final? Semi-final, quarter-final. No,
quarter-final.
First, which is the first round of the 21 championship, which boys in law, guardsmen are, basically. Right, anyway, so went up. Few boys stayed in my house on the night before. We went up to get the breakfast, and we went up. Half the team was up there sitting at the counter from 9:30, and from 9:30 that morning, the whole team sat up at that counter laughing and joking as if we had just won the county championship.
yeah,
Acting the bollocks. And I'd say that was the best role I've ever been on. Now, I've no good stories about Lonely by Joel Curry or anything, but just mighty
I
fucking
have
crack.
a few other ones about like the rugby rollovers, but they can't be said on this. Definitely can't be said on this. Like the Tabasco sauce and all has to be kept on the DL. So, another question came in. This came in from Paddy Kerwin. The best pint we've had, and where did we have it?
Right.
I presume like he actually mentioned a creamy pint, so I presume he's talking about
So you're
Guinness.
on Guinness, but I'm not gonna lie, I'm not a big Guinness drinker. Like, I'll drink Guinness. I'll pretty much drink anything. But
I'll drink anything.
Shut the fuck up. I drink whatever, but I wouldn't be a big Guinness drinker, so I wouldn't take into account where's my best pint of Guinness I've ever had. So I'll go with my best pint of Heineken. And I've been to Amsterdam. The home of Heineken, and the best pint I've ever had is in Calverstown. To be honest, it is. Calverstown is the best pint of Heineken I've ever had. Nice, easy, and cold. So Calverstown is my answer for the best pint I ever had. Guinness, I can't give. I don't have enough of it. I wouldn't know much about it. I wouldn't know as much about it.
Guinness around here, Clinches is just top class. I think Clinches is the High Cross Inn. Oh man, the Guinness down there is unbelievable. I think anyone around will vouch for that too. But the Irishman's down in Carlow as well.
I have never been in the Irishman's in Carlow.
A good few boys listening and be like, yeah, he knows this fucking stuff. Like, it's a savage pint of Guinness down there. So that was my. Between the two of them now, 100%, yeah.
No, you have to pick one. You can't go between two. You have to pick one. So you have to choose between the Moon High Cross or the Irishman's in Carlow. There's no picking around here.
Clinches.
Irishman's. If anybody works there, you're listening to this. You heard it here first.
I won't be back when you're open.
I
won't be let back in when you're open.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Next was a great question. He was texting you all week about it. You had a lot of time to think about it too. What would you like to accompany your pints? Would you rather crisps or peanuts?
Stevie G. This one goes out to you, you know who you are. I'd have to say crisps, and by crisps I mean bacon fries. Bacon fries get the shout above anything to me, to be honest with you. And that's not like I don't eat peanuts, to be honest with you. I'm gonna be brutally honest with you. I don't eat peanuts, so bacon fries have to get the nod for me. I don't think there's any comparison. Bacon fries every pub, and they're about €3 a packet, and everyone still buys them. So I'd have to go bacon fries and crisps over peanuts.
Yeah, I think when you get crisps, it's like a said thing at a table. If you have a table of more than fucking 2 or 3 lads, that you literally, if you bring back a packet of crisps, it's just said that you open the whole thing out on the table.
That stupid rip,
and that you have to do it, even though you're the only one that's gone out of your way to get them crisps. You still have to open up as if it's a fucking plate.
That's a bag.
And then if you get peanuts, you open the peanuts and like a lad go, "Oh, give us a few of them," and you either tip out a few peanuts that he thinks miserable bastard only giving me 4 peanuts, or you tip out half the bag and you're like, "Oh fuck, half my peanuts are gone now." Like,
no, that's what annoys me. That's why I pick crisps over peanuts, is because not everyone likes peanuts, but everyone loves bacon fries. Like, everyone loves that little rip in the packet. Yeah, open up. Everyone's a free fall. You have to keep that snaky
bacon fries. There's never enough packets bought for a table.
That's what
you'd eat them all day. Like,
yeah, but they're so expensive. But they're so nice, like that's why they keep them so small. I'd have to go crisps over peanuts, and I think Tom agrees at this stage. Crisps over peanuts all day.
Yeah, I'd go with that, because I think peanuts.
No, bacon fries specifically, not cheese.
Peanuts. If you're sitting on your own in the pub and you're reading the newspaper, then by all means get a packet of peanuts, because they're nice to have. But if you're at a table, if you're in a round, you definitely have to be getting crisps or something for the table. A few other questions will come in there before we move on and try and finish up. I have a few to get through.
I just want to call out someone here first.
Oh yeah,
I want to give a shout out to DJ Early. DJ Early asked me who the real Cullen was between me.
He got 2 shout outs last week.
No, but not anything. No favouritism towards DJ Early, but he asked the question: who's the real Cullen, me or PJ Cullen? And like, no bias here, but I definitely am. If that answers your question, so. Like, we can crack on from there, Tom.
Got one in here from a Richard Abel. He wants to ask what happened to the Chiefs last week, man. You're not wearing the hoodie. You're not wearing the hoodie this week. You didn't get away with it anymore.
It's Dick
Richard
Wall.
Abel. It's Dick Wall.
Yeah, but sure, I was no Richard Abel. That doesn't make any sense to me. Richard Wall, this one goes out to you. You're just a plain dickhead for asking that question, but the Chiefs were just, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers just too good. Their defense was better than Patrick Mahomes, and their offense, we just couldn't stop a nosebleed, to be honest with you. So can we move on from that, please?
Yeah. You got your hair done?
I got my hair dyed blonde, bleach blonde, and then I went to get a haircut.
Lad. It's not silver.
Is it not?
No, it's not silver.
When I walked out with that fucking hairdressers. Not hairdressers. When I walked out of the place where I got my hair done. Controversial. No, when I walked out of the place that I got my hair done the second time, I thought it was silver. Obviously, maybe it's not. I'd like to hear your opinions on it. Do you think it's silver? Do you not? And I'll show you a picture of the bleached hair, and you can choose which one you prefer. I personally prefer whichever one you prefer, so we can go with that.
Yeah, there's not much questions in here, just a lot of shout outs. I'll have to give one in particular. Any questions you do have in future, don't be afraid to send them in, because we have a lot of topics to try to get through in the next few weeks, so get your questions in and we'll try and get through them. But I want to give this lad a shout out in particular. Oisin O'Keefe, he gave me a good text. I haven't seen him in a while now. He gave me a text during the week, just checking up on me and saying he loved the podcast from last week. So big ups to Oisin for that. If you any from last week.
If I could say one more before we move on, because we've another topic to discuss before we finish this. Nix or dial. You asked me which one I prefer, steel or plastic conduit, and I'm not going to lie to you, I prefer steel conduit, and I'll tell you why now. Because plastic conduit is just a pain in my arse, lad, to be honest with you. I was in college and I just preferred steel conduit over plastic conduit. There's no mad reason about it. I just find plastic conduit just more of a pain in the hole than steel conduit. I can't give any more of a elaborate answer than that. You'll understand, I'd say.
Yeah,
maybe you'll prefer
plastic. No, lad.
Nix or no. Right. Yeah. This man loves Trey, so Nixer, I just want you to appreciate that. That's it. That's all I can give you there.
Yeah, so next question we got asked was this was actually a good enough question to get given its own topic. This was if we had dinner guests for a party. So the initial question was if we got given 5 dinner guests to bring to a party, who would they be? But we tweaked it a little and we said if it was one person alive, one person dead, and one fictional or animated character, who would it be and why? So go first there.
Right, I'll go first. My one alive character would be Mike Tyson because, to be honest with you, he just seems like a pretty sick person. Like, if you think about it, like, he was in animal boxing, right? He's a savage life story, like, about the stuff he went through. Like, just think about the tigers just itself, like, that's pretty class. He's been to prison and back. You know what I mean? Like, no, but it's not prison and back. Like,
Prison and back, bro.
I don't mean
bought
prison.
the t-shirt.
No, I don't mean
Bought the t-shirt.
No, I don't mean prison and back. But I just mean he bought a t-shirt more. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
I've
no,
been
in
there,
fairness,
I've been there.
no, in fairness though, like, you laugh and joke, but like, that's a good story to hear. But like, what?
Oh yeah,
he's been at in
if
prison,
he was
you know
here,
what
like, I
mean?
wouldn't be laughing. Like,
Yeah, you dead right you wouldn't. Did you ever see what happened to Alan in The Hangover?
he got knocked the fuck out.
But like, even listen to his podcast, Hotboxing Mike Tyson. Like, I just think he's really interesting. He might fucking miss the mark a bit, but you understand what he's saying. Like, my one dead person, bollocks, I forget who it was.
Luke Kelly.
Luke Kelly was my one dead person.
You're telling me every day the last 4 days, Luke Kelly.
You know, we'll go with this, right? So Luke Kelly is just class. Like,
Oh.
Raglan Road, Black Velvet Band.
I'll back that
If-
all day.
Even if like he offered
well able
nothing
to drink.
else, but to just offer a drink, like if he was just drinking and he broke out in song, that'd do me. Like, it doesn't matter what the crack, what he has to say, none of that. Like, just he broke out in song, because I absolutely love Luke Kelly, love his music. And if I was to go one fictional character, and I think a lot of people would enjoy this, Rick Sanchez from Rick and Morty.
Yeah, good show. Great show.
I'm not gonna lie, he just seems like a pretty sick guy.
Yeah, a bit of ignorance to the
Fucking
table.
off,
Let's never
fucking
go
off on
straight.
adventures.
A few stories for you, alright.
A few stories, right? And I really enjoyed the program. So to be honest with you, I just think Rick Sanchez, of all my fictional or animated characters, I'd have to go with Rick Sanchez. What would you go with yourself? And try top that.
My dead would be Brendan Grace. Obviously,
Ooh,
one of the greatest Irish comedians we've ever produced. I think he's. I watched endless amount of DVDs, clips, everything about him. I think he's unbelievable funny. He'd be a great man to have at the table. I think.
I have a confession to make. I forgot Brendan Grace was a comedian. I thought he was a singer. It's terrible because I do really enjoy Brendan Grace, but I thought he was a singer. Go on anyway. Who is your alive and
cut
fictional?
the cameras?
No, don't cut the cameras.
Cut
Go
the
with
cameras.
that. This is pure raw content.
My alive would be, some people may not know him, but be Nick Cummins, the honey badger from Australia. He
I have absolutely no idea who he is. Man.
played rugby union for Australia and Western Force. Was in the last few years he was on SAS, you know, that fucking Who Dares Wins kind of. He was on that for the celebrity one.
I've never seen it.
He's just gas. Any of his interviews are hilarious. I think he's a great character. Came out with he was asked a few years ago. I don't know, it was either in an interview or fucking whatever. He was asked like he had to make up poems on the spot, like.
Oh,
Right.
deadly! I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. They had to make up poems on the spot. So like there was no. As he says it, I'll try quote it like him. He's like, so there was this old country book, right? And he's from the outback and whatever. So it was him, and then there was this good city college student, and that was cool. And they were asked the poem was to be about Timbuktu. So the college guy stood up and he was like, on lonely desert sands, across the lonely caravan, men on camels 2 by 2, destination Timbuktu. And the crowd went mad. The crowd were delighted with this. They thought, oh, he can't beat this. Surely the country book surely can't beat this. So the country book stood up and he just goes, Tim and I off hunting went, found 2 girls in a pop-up tent. They were 3 and we were 2. And I booked 1 and Tim booked 2.
Ah, brilliant. Yes, you struggled in the middle there, but we're all good.
But
we're all good.
Sheer character, I think he'd bring to the table. And fictional fictional. I was like fictional animated. I was caught between Shrek, because I think Shrek's ignorance would be fair from me at a table.
AF,
just
bro.
pure ignorance at a table would be hilarious. And but I decided I'd side with Ron Burgundy just for the sheer.
Really?
Yeah, just for like.
Jeez, I don't know.
I think like if you have Brendan Grace listening to the shite comes out with Ron Burgundy's mouth, and Nick Cummins as well, that doesn't really know what's going on, and I'm in the middle there, just like
You went for pure like comedy, whereas I went for pure just life experience. Rick Sanchez just traveling through the dimensions.
There's a great contrast in the comedy there, because there's like you have the Irish that which is like comedy, obviously we'd all get. Then there's like natural comedy. Nick Cummins is just genuinely funny, and then Ron Burgundy is just stupid.
No,
funny,
it's
like,
a good show. If you're looking for a good laugh, that's a good one. And if you're looking for just pure life experience, I don't know if mine's even a good one. If you're looking for a party, I'd say mine's a good one. Mike Tyson, Rick Sanchez, and Luke Kelly, because three boys that just guzzle beer now, in fairness. Like, no, I enjoyed that one, and that one has to go out to Stephen Gray, because in fairness to him,
that's two shouts in the one episode. Fair play, Stephen.
That man has contributed a lot to this episode.
Yeah, keep it up.
And how about we talk about Valentines for all them single boys out there?
Oh yeah,
remember all their best mates on Sunday.
We were talking about
the 14th of February.
We were talking about this earlier. Obviously, you hear all this shit like nearly every other year about like the girls that don't have any boyfriends and they're just miserable as fuck.
Those are the Galentines.
They're the Galentines. But like, we can't be forgetting about like there's Palantines as well. Like, our plans tomorrow, I think we're just gonna light the stove early. You're gonna come over, watch the rugby, have a few beers, and just fucking
enjoy Ireland kicking the shit with France. To be honest with you, because in fairness, like without a day or without a girlfriend on lockdown, on Valentine's Day, there is absolutely jack shit you can do. It's just another normal day. It's just a Sunday. Like, it's
just nice that it falls that Ireland are playing on the same day and we can have beer on a Sunday.
There's a big hullabaloo there. I split my beer. There's a fuck up might be on bad.
Hullabaloo.
A few suggestions we got in there, and just going from my own there. Conspiracy theories. There's a few mad ones out there, so I think that'll come next week on next week's podcast.
We have another one as well. Chili con carne, lad I went to school with, him and Chippy. They were on to me that we have to discuss secondary school.
Oh, jeez.
And all the stories from secondary school. And I know the boys literally are hinting at me to touch on Knockbeg, which was a zoo, a fucking circus. Like, so, I'll have to go into the old archives and try and dig out a few stories about Knockbeg, and then hopefully during the week we'll have stuff up on Instagram for you to send in your stories about school. All responses are greatly appreciated, obviously, and we'll try to get through them all next week, and hopefully we have
you're missing these stories, because I was in Castlemaine. Like, Castlemar's a shithole. Not gonna lie, like, Castlemar's bad place.
I don't want
many stories that come
I have
on this.
so much stories I could talk about Knockbeg, but I'm not going to sit here all night talking about the same school. So we need people to, like, you don't have to mention names. You can keep people.
We won't mention your name tomorrow or next week.
We'll keep it anonymous. Anything you have to say, we'll keep everything anonymous for next week, because so anything at all, or even questions or topics or riddles you'd like us to discuss next week would be great. We have no Dan Gray with us this week.
No photographer this week.
No, Dan.
So there'll be no sick Viscos or Instagram stories going up till Dan Gray returns from his little expedition down wherever the fuck he is. We don't want to know. And
Valentine's weekend and Dan Gray is not in here. If you think that's a coincidence, it's up to yourself.
You still know Dan Gray.
Yeah.
But anyway, next week we'll do this all again. And just like to say again, thanks very much for last week, all the views and all the nice comments we got.
Yeah, it was massive.
It was massively appreciated, like, because we wouldn't have done this week if it wasn't for the good response.
No, like, I remember Thursday I was sitting at home here and I was on like my lecture and I was just bored, and I just literally managed to look at our YouTube, and it hit 1,000, and I was like, text you straight away. I was like, we've hit 1,000 in the space of 3 days, like from when we put up Sunday afternoon to Thursday morning at 9 or 10 o'clock, that we hit 1,000. So we were delighted with that. But I think we can do one better this week, and people.
That's a big shout, man.
Yeah, people can keep sharing, keep subscribing, and keep liking, and we'll keep growing and keep your topics sent in to us. Our socials, as we said, are tagged in the banner above, and don't be afraid to get in touch.
No, because in all fairness, lads, it would be great, like, because the last song got great views, and we don't really know whether it was just curious or he's actually want to watch it. If this one goes well, then this could be a real thing, like, we're really enjoying doing it, like, we're really enjoying doing it, like, we're having good crack doing it. We're having a few beers. We're actually just chatting pure dung, like.
Yeah,
and if you're enjoying it, we're enjoying it.
That was actually a few of the texts we got during the week as well. Was like, it's just great to hear local, genuine lads just talking shite. Basically, it was just talking shite, because that's what we are. We're just talking shite. But people were like, you know, it's great to hear that rather than listen to some lad over in America talking about fucking Bitcoin or something like that. You know, it's they'd rather listen to someone closer to home talking about stuff that they can relate to. So that's obviously what we're aiming for, and hopefully we can grow week on week. So that'd be great anyway. So yeah, thanks again, and peace out,
lads.